Good morning. Whew. That's straight ginger right there. Got a little job. I done this before. I'm supposed to run to Indiana. It's a pretty big day. I just got up a couple hours ago. I was watching Shrimp Zoo this morning. It's a guy that I like quite a bit. Shrimp Zoo is one of the people that get out the information about the coronavirus. Evidently, I guess I hadn't watched. He doesn't make a lot of videos. Like he'll stop making videos and then he'll put out like 2 or 3 of them in a week. And sometimes, things get by me. It gets by me. So I got files and I'll catch up with him later on. So I'm just not catching. I think he did that like last week or something. One of them was talking about his idea of what the future will be. I think the other one was, I'm going to talk about that one. Shrimp Zoo believes that this may be a long-term emergency. I think he's a conservative. That's fine. But I think he's a conservative because he came on there and he had people from New York City talking about how this wasn't a big deal, and I guess some kind of Chinatown parade they got to still have it regardless. My thing is, why did he do that? If he wanted to, show people not taking it seriously, he should have showed Trump talking about it being a Democrat hoax. See, the point I'm trying to get to y'all, nationalism only goes so far. Really. And I want the left to understand that. That nationalism only goes so far. Nationalism is something that, it's beneficial, I guess, in certain ways. But nationalism does very little good in a worldwide pandemic, which we're in. And I was just thinking about this earlier before I watched the video, how what makes this thing so dangerous is how unstable America is already. And America is very unstable right now. You didn't even hear about it. There was a guy that tried to go and bomb one of the clinics, I think in New York, one of the big cities up north. And they caught him. They locked him up. This guy's a terrorist. And we had just been talking about how, well, thank God there haven't been too many since the impeachment. I don't know what that did or why, but after the impeachment thing happened, all that stuff kind of settled down. It really did. I don't know if it got Republicans scared. I don't know what it did, but it I remember I was coming home from Hickory. And they were on the radio, I guess, talking about how we need a mass shooting to distract from the Senate impeachment. And, I'm at the point now, things like that don't really surprise me the way they used to, or the way they should, I guess. They don't. Doesn't surprise me no more. That's how desperate that's why I say to you, for the Caucasian, everything is political. I always tell you that. For the Caucasian, everything is political. Everything. Even a Christian radio station. I remember years ago, with the Christians, they used to talk about, they were not, it was not about politics. They might be like, we're against abortion or we're against gay marriage or whatever. And that's fine. That's they can step on there and say that, but they didn't get political. For them to do that, it just shows you how nasty they are now. How nasty and how desperate they really are to come out and say that on a Christian radio station. But anyway, let me say before I turn this on. If I turn this on, it's going to mess with the video. I want you to hear this. We've been in a war since 2015. 5 years. Pandemic didn't change that. Pandemic should not make you think, I know they want people to believe America comes together and all that bullshit. I told you that one of the things I prepared for is a crumbling infrastructure, which we're facing. We're looking at that. When they're talking about no masks, and Trump's talking about they don't need 30,000 ventilators. Here Trump is telling the doctors and nurses, all those people that. I respect people who are willing to give their lives and fight to protect others and protect their health. But when you're dealing with just stupidity like Trump, it really makes me question. It really makes me wonder, like, what are you fighting for? You know what I mean? Like really, like, what's the point? What's the point? So you can get sick too now? You already know. Ain't no more ventilators coming. And now they're saying Trump was doing stuff with states that, like Florida, they're getting 300 times what they need, but New York's not. Yeah, because Trump, he has no chance of winning New York. I said it before. Trump is not the president. Trump is the president of the states he won and the regions he won. That's it. Trump is not the president for California, baby. I think Trump do is right. I think that coronavirus is a disease that we're just gonna have to live with. I mean, and it sounds morbid, but we're just gonna have to live with this. We've got inferior government that's been punctified, pussified, and cannot respond appropriately to the emergency we have at hand. You've got that. You've got a punctified federal government. You've got a president that's a narcissist that's basically telling people, well, you know, you guys ought to be happy. What the fuck are they talking about? You ought to be happy. And basically, like, they ought to kiss his balls or lick his boots that he gives them any money. I mean, think about that, man. He's asking people to beg. He's asking people to beg for medical treatment. That's what he's doing. He's asking them to beg for and I just think that coronavirus, if anything, has lifted the veil. You know, this idea of America being somehow better than other countries. No, we're not. We're not. That's to me what has happened, really, if you want to be honest. The veil's been lifted. America's not better than those other European countries. In some cases, we're much worse. You know? And I think it's disgusting, and I think it speaks for Republicans that defend him, that it really is a class war, a culture war, and that they just want to defend and protect their systems, their ideologies, and they don't care about all the bad stuff Trump does. They really don't care. Regardless of how bad it gets, regardless of how ridiculous it gets, they don't care. They're going to defend him. They're going to protect him. They're going to make excuses for his conduct. Excuse me, that's just all there is to it. They have no qualms about, I'm sorry, I'm getting things as I'm talking to you. They have no qualms about morality and about us being one. Isn't it crazy that they told you with Catholic that we're like one country and the Catholics should stand up and stuff? But yet, Trump doesn't behave like that. He doesn't think like that. He doesn't. Trump doesn't behave like, well, we're all one country. Trump's like, no, he's helping his people. I mean, to me, going back to it, I got off subject, I'm sorry. To me, we've got to prepare for a long emergency. I mean, we've got to prepare for a long emergency. We've got to keep that in mind, that this may go on for a long time. We've got to behave as though this is something that is going to go on for a long time, indeterminate period. And that's just all it is to it. I mean, it's tragic. And partly that's because of the inaction. That's partly because of the inaction of the federal government. I don't want to downplay that. I don't want to I don't want to downplay that or make you think that this is just normal. It's just natural. Definitely a part of that is the inability of the federal government to respond appropriately to this emergency. All of that makes this pandemic worse. And all the foolishness is happening since day one. It makes this whole thing worse and a lot more dangerous. So we have to, this thing, it may become endemic. As time goes on, I'm really beginning to believe that. I am really beginning to believe as time goes on that this is just something that we're going to have to live with. It's going to come back every year. It's going to be worse every year, and that we just have to accept it. But once again, I always go back. This is what I prepared for. I didn't prepare for nuclear war. I didn't prepare for no revolutionary war. I didn't plan for any of that stuff. I planned for a society that has just decided over time, socially, otherwise, that hey, we don't really care about the working class. That's why they're on Fox News talking about women getting their hair done. I mean, this is Fox News. This is how out of touch with reality Fox News is. They're on TV. Everybody else talking about how they're gonna pay their rent, how folks gonna live, and all that stuff. And Fox News is on TV talking about people not being able to get their hair done. Sometimes I feel kind of bad for them. I feel sad for them because they don't even realize how out of I don't think they even realize it. Like, it's not like, how white folks will do things to show you they're better than you. Like, even when y'all are in the same position, they got more money or whatever. This isn't even that. I really don't even think this is that. It's like being arrogant. I really believe these white folks really are out of touch with reality. But working class people, with people who are American citizens who have to work for a living, who have no savings, like they have no nothing contemporaneous. There's no connection with those people whatsoever, which means they'll die off. And now they want to kill off a bunch of their viewing base, 60-year-old people, 50-year-old people. Hello, I'm not saying there aren't young conservatives, but that's a lot of their viewing base. Older white men who've got houses, come on now, am I lying? Got businesses. That's a lot of their viewing base. And now you want to kill those people off? I mean, it's not funny. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. But it's just, they're out of touch with reality, And then the fact that they were helping Trump downplay the role of, I think, honestly, if nothing else, I want people to remember that as I said a million times before, Trump got rid of the pandemic response team. Trump took money from the CDC, took money from FEMA, defunded CDC. Yeah, all that's true. But I want them to also remember the fact Fox News downplayed the role of the pandemic. And Republican representative senators that lied, that downplayed it, as well as some Democrats, downplayed it and engaged in securities fraud and insider trading. That's what I want people to remember. I want people to understand. We're in an era now, if you're progressive, you can't just sit up here and be like, well, I know what they do is wrong, but I'm going to just go home and smoke a little weed and play video games. You can't do that. This is going to come back. There's going to be a second, there may be a third wave. This is not going away anytime soon. If progressives don't stand up, speak out, get involved to fight against capitalism, the next response may be worse. There's no telling. They're telling people to go back to work in the middle of a pandemic. If that doesn't scare you, like I said, it's time to go to jail. It's time to go to jail, folks. I know all them folks that went out and protested with the Mueller report. I know about all that. It's fine. This is my flashing light. They say do not break glass in time of emergency. Have to pull the fire alarm. This is my break the glass moment. These people knew this was going to be bad. And they told you anyway it would not be bad. If that don't scare you, I don't know what else are they lying about. See, that's how I think. If you lie to me once, you lie to me again. Especially about something this serious. So I feel like the left, and I'm not saying this just because it's politically advantageous. I'm not saying this. I'm saying it because I'm really serious. You guys have to stand up and recognize the moment is yours. Because the next strain of it, what if the next strain of it kills black people? What if the next strain of it kills white women? What if the next strain of it kills gay people? You see where I'm going with this? You see, I'm not fighting for old white people. I'm making a point to you. This is a major emergency. Peace.